Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Fox 32's Good Day Chicago.
Meantime, high blood pressure affects 1 in 3 people in Illinois and is actually the leading cause of heart disease, stroke, and kidney failure. One of the most effective ways to reduce the risk is, of course, through healthy eating, but that is easier said than done, isn't it? So joining us now to give us some help from Meridian Health Plan Illinois is registered dietitian Hannah Gruenewald. Thanks for coming in, Hannah. Nice to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Wow, this is quite the bounty this morning. So we're talking healthy eating, we're talking high blood pressure and other things. Where do you even begin? Because we all want to eat healthy. We have the best intentions, but sometimes it can be difficult.
Yeah, that's a great question. And at Meridian Health Plan, we want to make it accessible to everyone. So Meridian and its family of plans, which offers government-sponsored managed care for individuals and families. We started the Eat Well, Be Well initiative to educate people on what are some small tweaks, tips, tricks you can do. So you don't have to overhaul.
Small tips, so you don't have to think about it. Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of haul, look at what you have brought. Okay, so where do you begin? What's the first simple tip?
Yes, well, the first tip starts at home. So shop your pantry first, especially as we head into the holidays. We want to use what we have, be mindful of our budget. We've got some extra holiday cash. So start with what you have. Maybe you've got some extra, some frozen chicken thighs or drumsticks or pork chops that you've had just hanging out. Now's the time to use them. So start with what you have, and then you can start planning around it.
Okay, so you say start with what you have, and it makes me think everything you guys have brought here is super healthy. So shopping is something that's really important too, because I think if you bring the junk food home, you're less likely to eat healthy, right?
Absolutely, and a grocery list can really help with that. And I will say that's the hardest thing, because it sounds so simple. We're like, I don't need a list. I know what to grab. I've got my usuals. Make a list, and you can even make headers on it. So it's easier to see, well, if I don't have anything listed under protein, I'm not going to have any proteins on my meal. Or if my only fruit and veggies is orange juice, maybe I want to add some solid sources, get some fiber in, mix it up a little bit. So make a list, stay organized, get headers on there.
I like that idea, but what happens on the day you did make a list and you're running around crazy and ragged and you're going to the grocery store?
Yes, it happens.
What do you tell yourself? Do you tell people just focus and stay away from certain aisles, or what?
Not really. There's nothing we have to totally avoid, but one familiar thing that people might have heard before is to shop the edges first. So the edges of the grocery store is where we're going to see our produce section, our butcher and our deli section for our proteins, and then our refrigerated dairy. So if we start there and we fill our cart with the edges first rather than the inside, then we get that visual cue. My cart's fuller. I'm grabbing some carrots and hummus, and so when I get to the chip aisle, I can already see I have a snack in my cart, and so the chips maybe don't feel as enticing, which we know are a high sodium source. And can make hypertension more intense.
I never thought about shopping the edges first. Now I know. Okay, what other tips do you have?
Other tips, work with the sales that are going on. So particularly for higher priced items, you can try to stock up on them a little bit. So if you see maybe some store brand proteins are on sale, we've got a really nice pork shoulder here that was on sale. Grab it, you can throw it in the freezer, and then again, you've got that in your pantry, so the next time when you start making your list, you can start with what you have, so your high value items were already on sale.
So how much of a difference does diet play a role on things like high blood pressure versus kind of, your family connection to high-risk family members who have these kind of things? How much of a difference is this going to make in our health?
Every little bit counts. So when we think about hypertension, it impacts 1 in 3 people in Illinois. 1 in 3 people, that's a lot of people. So any little bit, any change that we can make, if it's choosing a low salt or low sodium option of our favorite snack food, or our mixed nuts, or a sauce or dressing that we like, even that little change might have a big impact on how many medications you take or how your doctor manages your approach if you do have a family history. And all of that helps with outcomes later, because we know hypertension is the leading cause of heart disease, kidney disease, and stroke.
Okay, so one tip that you can leave all of us with, if we do nothing else, what would that be?
That one tip, this is my favorite, is spend a couple extra minutes, give yourself 2 or 3 minutes in one section of the grocery store. So it's easy to go blind to things that we've not bought recently. So my example is Greek yogurt. If maybe you haven't had it in a while, you're like, that's not for me. Go back to the yogurt aisle, give yourself 2 or 3 minutes. You don't have to buy anything, but look at what's there, because there's probably new flavors, new foods coming out. You might find something on sale that you're willing to try. And then we're getting more variety, more nutrients. We're expanding what we're eating, and that's always a benefit.
I love that. Go to the grocery store with an open mind and shop the edges. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming in. Happy holidays and happy, healthy holidays. Did you ever think about shopping the edge of the grocery store?
Oh, yeah. That's old advice that's been around that is tried and true. You know, if you avoid the middle part where the boxes are, right? Those boxes that have ingredients lists as long as your arm with words you can't even say. Right.
I kind of like some of those, though. I mean, I'm not going to lie, Mark. Let's be honest here. I like eating ingredients I don't know with how to pronounce sometimes. I'm admitting that.
I just like to go and mill around the produce. You know, find strange, exotic things that
you actually buy it, or you just mill.
I just look. You know, hopefully it rubs off by osmosis. No, I love it.
That's why she's here to help us out.
I love some good greens. Yep.